Hello, welcome to this video. You're with me, Lusanga Narcidian, and in my final work as a student at Kepler, I've worked on a topic called it's the impact of capacity building on organization performance. So my case study is Legacy Advocate Limited. So to continue with my presentation, in the outline, I'm going to talk about the motivation and the problem statement, like what motivated me. I'm going to talk about the hypothesis, objectives, research method and data presentation, problem identify and practical solution, connection of research process and my learning journey at Kepler, and the conclusion and the recommendation. So to continue with what motivated me to talk about this topic is understanding the role of capacity building in the performance of employees and a business and the business as a whole, understanding how business can provide skills to employees and apply learned skills at Kepler. So those are the basic top 3 things which motivated me to work on this specific project topic. In the problem statement, the lack, as I believe that employees are the most valuable asset of the company, as they are the one which lead the company to a certain success due to their performance, due to their work. So the problem statement is that the lack of necessary skills and knowledge to perform tasks in company. Employees of various private corporations are now making several errors when doing their duty, while doing their duty, and less quality of services provided to customers. So those are the main problem statement that I have found I've based on while choosing my my topic. So to continue on the hypothesis and the objective. So my hypothesis was that capacity building boost employee productivity and more as well as growth at the business. So that is my hypothesis. The general objective is assess the impact of capacity building on organizational performance. The specific objective, the first specific objective is identifying the various type of capacity building used at Legacy Advocate, identifying additional influencing corporate success and their relationship to human resources capacity building at Legacy Advocate Limited. The third is investigate the impact of capacity building on the success of business enterprise at Legacy Advocate. And the fourth is to examine how business are involved in capacity building on organizational performance. Also to continue on the research method, I use descriptive research method, which is this is answer like why, who, basically. So basically sorry. So basically why I choose this research method, it's appropriate for my search because I wanted to describe various cases relating to the impact of capacity building on organizational success as a part of my research analysis. And also I wanted to to learn more about the existing state of business corporate efforts to develop the potential of their workforce, and as well as explain what happens what happens in terms of the factor or circumstances in that case. So aside from that, it assisted me to in providing insights into why and how of my study. And in reality, I wanted to explain why capacity building is so critical, as well as how it can be done in order to have a significant positive effect on the performance of the employee, which lead to the success of the business. So my target population was 30 and sample size was 29. Unfortunately, others were on the research field, as my case study is about, like that company is about research, and other employees have gone, and I was able to talk to 22 people. And I used certified random sampling. So I grouped my sample size according to the department and their title. And I use survey and interview guide as a data collection. So to continue with my findings, so according to the social demographic, as you can see this table, characteristics on the sex, I talked to 13 male and 9 female. Level education, there were like most of the people whom I talked to have a bachelor degree and master's degree, as you can see in this table. So to continue with the reason why legacy advocates engage in capacity building, as you can see, the most of them answered that is to improve the employees' performance, which is a great thing. Another one is to improve employee satisfaction and morale. Another one is to provide a consistency experience to employees. Another one is to enhance company reputation and profile. And another one is to address employees' weakness and reduce the employees' turnover. Basically, those were the main reason why Legacy Advocate Limited engaged in capacity building. So to continue with another finding, so the form of capacity building that legacy advocates use, the main one is on the job training and feedback provision. The following is performance appraisal. Another one is employee rotation, taking employee to different departments in order to learn all the part of the all the departments of the company, which is so helpful. In case one is not available, someone else can fill for them. Another one is exposure visit, to go to visit other business or other companies in order to know how they perform, so they can learn from that. Another one is consultation and off-the-job trainings. Basically, those are the form of capacity building that legacy advocates use. So to continue with the engagement of the business companies in capacity building. So as you can see, 50% of the respondents said the legacy is highly engaged in capacity building. This mainly depends on how often the company helps them acquire skills that they need in performing better at their job. So with this 50%, that means the other half, the 45.5% say that it's in the middle, which shows that this company really engaged in capacity building, in building knowledge to their employees and skills which they need in order to perform certain skills. So to continue with the impact of capacity building on the performance of a business organization at Legacy Advocate. A 1.8% say it has increased their profit of the company. 18.2 says it's in media. So this shows that they have seen the results of capacity building, because it have increased the profit of their company at a certain level, which is a great thing actually, and it's even why capacity building is even there. So let me continue with the problem that I identified while doing my research. The first problem that I identify is that the program are not always organized, and even those who are organized are few, and they're done in a way that it doesn't really help employees to fill their skills gap. Another is that there's the lack of experts who can help in facilitating those programs. And another one is that there are expensive capacity building trainings. So those are the most problem that I identified, that even employees told me that that occurred to them while they're trying to attain the capacity building trainings. So as a practical solution, as you can see in this image in front of you, is that in order to, the first thing is that with the problem, like the training which are available are not acquired to, they don't fill the gap of skills that employees have. First is to identify the skills gap that the company, that the employees have. And the second thing is to decide on the capacity building program they have to attend according to the skills that they have identified. Another thing is to create a budget, because if they say it's expensive, that means they have to make a budget before the year starts, so they can save up the money in order to send some of the employees there. So another thing is capacity building session at Legacy Advocate Limited. This means even the expensive one, that means that they're really needed. So that means they can make a budget and send few, and those few who want in the trainings will come and prepare trainings and train their fellow employees who didn't go there. So another thing is to evaluate, evaluate what it have done to what are the impacts that the trainings have done to the employees, if there are any changes. Yeah, basically that's my practical solution. And I've talked to the leader of Legacy Advocate Limited and show them the this practical solution, and they say that they will look on it and try to do something about it. Okay, so the contribution of skills acquired to the research process. I've got so many skills from Kepler. There's listening and communication skills, which I used in order to convince people to participate in my research. The listening skills I had when I was listening to the employees' answers, creative and critical thinking skills, which I used while drafting this report, data analysis skills, design thinking skills, negotiation skills. So there are a lot of, I would say there are a lot of skills that I acquired from Kepler that I'm going to even apply in the real world. So to continue with the research conclusion and recommendation. So in the conclusion, my aim of this research was assessing the contribution of capacity building on organizational performance in business and companies. So the challenges the challenges which are there on occasion when it does not generate the challenges on okay, so the solution is to send a few employees in different capacity development program where they might go and learn and gain new skills. So the challenges which is going that are going to face with my solution is that there are occasions where it does not generate desired result, and not all staff have opportunity to attend them, which we find the solution that those who were able to find the opportunity will come and teach others. Invest in capacity building and then engage in different form of capacity building. Embrace, so those are my recommendations. Embrace technology and research online trainings program for their employees. Conduct regular performance appraisal to know their employees' performance and identify the skills gap. And also for employees, take ownership to their professional development and search for programs that can help them to level up their capacity instead of waiting for the company to provide for them. Another thing is to work collaboratively and learn from one another, from their peers. So if you want to know more about capacity building, you can use this reference list that I have prepared for you. You can even go to my report and see the reference list. And yeah, so basically this is what I had for you. And thank you for watching my video. I really hope that this helped you and you learn from my research and know the importance of capacity building and what it does to the business. So thank you.